we're understanding that once those cells within the yolk sac empty back in, there's another check that the mitochondria goes into. And what she's checking on, because at this time, that embryo is still a female. Now she's going, well, wait a minute. I have been tricked. Pay attention. As is above, so is below. She awakens and she says, wait a minute. I have been tricked. Now she wants to know the state of the mother. She's checking to see, is this woman in good condition? Because that's going to determine whether or not she degrades one of those sex chromosomes to a Y, or whether she makes it dormant. If she makes it dormant, this is when she has the two X's, the XX. So on the left, what you see is the two X's. That's what the woman has. On the right, this is where the mitochondria has ripped away 1,300 genes in the original X chromosome to degrade it to a Y. And I say degrade again, I'm not trying to be disrespectful. Let me tell you what science says, not what Diva says. Science tells us that the Y chromosome is an unnatural, genetically modified, recessive, parasitic chromosome. Once again, science tells us that the Y chromosome is an unnatural, genetically modified, recessive, parasitic chromosome. That's not what Diva Lyri said. That's what science said. And again, to my brothers, this is not a diss. I'm not trying to diss you. We got to tell the truth. Let's take a look at it from a natural standpoint. If we're understanding what a GMO does, and let's name some GMOs. Corn, GMO corn, GMO bees, light skin is a GMO. And I want to ask you, and you tell me, go ahead and type it in if you want, what the characteristics of those beings are. When I say GMO bees, those African killer bees, they look a little bit like honeybees. They bigger. But you notice what they do and what GMO corn does. It's going to seek out the thing from which it came and try to conquer it. That's why they're having so much of a hard time with, the honeybees. Oh, the honeybees disappearing. Well, you at least released all these African killer bees, genetically modified things, and then you want, well, where the honeybees go? Well, if anybody knows about corn and what corn does, you put a GMO corn field next to a natural cornfield, and the GMO cornfield is going to migrate over into the natural cornfield and take it over, and the next thing you know, the natural cornfield is GMO. It's going to destroy it. And if we know about light skin, and I love my light skin people. I love my light skin people. I want to make that clear. But we know what's happened. A GMO thing is going to try to control and conquer that which created it. That's what unnatural things do. Parasitic. When we're talking about a parasitic being, what does a parasite do? A parasite, the nature of a parasite is to control the host and make the host feel that it cannot live without the parasite. A parasitic entity is going to try and control the host and make the host feel that it cannot live without the parasite. Let me ask you this, and I don't want to hear some men are good. Is that what men do? Rhetorical. You don't have to answer it. We can see. So don't tell me about, I don't believe. You don't have to believe. Look around. Pay attention. Do your own research. Don't believe me. Science says that when we're talking about a Y chromosome, it's an unnatural, genetically modified, parasitic chromosome. And it's recessive too. That's another thing I'm not going into here today. But you got to know what this is that you're dealing with. Women, all right? So we're understanding this now, what the Y chromosome is. So nobody tell me about how everything comes from the man. Because the Y chromosome is a derivative of the woman. It is a degraded product of a feminine entity. Are we clear? Who got questions? Who pissed off at me? Put it in the comment section. Let's have a conversation about it. Remember to keep that bell on for notifications. Follow UNA Republic for more great information.